Hello, my name is Crystal and this is my channel Counting on Crystal. Welcome. Today's video is super exciting for me. We do have a special guest, but before we go ahead and get into the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. Today's video is going to be about me and my fiance, how we met, and our first date story. So I do really hope you enjoy it. So y'all are probably wondering who this man is. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let him introduce himself.
Well, hello, I'm Evan. I am the fiance to this gorgeous woman. I'm also getting my master's. I am also a youth pastor.
What are you getting your degree in?
As of now, I'm working for the Master of Divinity, and after that, I will be working on Master of Social Work to focus on being a spiritual counselor and plus a new gamer. So I started a gaming community.
If you're into that type of thing, we'll go ahead and link his Twitch down below along with his Instagram. Both of them, he has a gaming one and a personal one. Go support #BlackGamers. So I guess this is the moment that everyone has been asking us about, how we met. How did we meet?
We met on an app called Bumble.
Oh, that's how we met. All right, it's over.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Bumble is how we met. I initiated it. I made the first move. Why? Because I'm that girl. My friends made me create Bumble because I had been single for like a year and a half, 2 years. And they're like, it's time for you to start dating again. And I was like, living my hot girl summers out the way that I want. I'm really having a wonderful time being single. Let me try to be a hoe. That was the mindset. I did not want to find the one. Well, my friends made me a Bumble. They chose the pictures and everything. We started swiping on all these guys, and I wrote every single guy the same exact message.
What was the message?
That's the message that I wrote everybody, including this man right here.
So I was actually practicing for a team to go to a showcase in China. And so my teammate made me a Bumble because we drove to practice, and he was like, you should try this Bumble app out. And I was single because I was focused on myself. Self-love is very important. Need that. Love yourself. But yeah, back to the story. I was just working on myself, and he told me to download the app, and he said, one thing awesome, the girls message you first. And I was like, I was really trying to focus on myself, but I made one and I wasn't really on it. But until I met Crystal is when I started really being on it because I loved our connection. But this girl would not give me a message.
I didn't like Bumble, so I was never on it unless I was at work or with my friends who made me a Bumble.
I had to wait 2 days to get one message. And you know what? That made my day. I could have been like, you know what? I'll wait 2 days then, but you know what? I didn't. I messaged right away because I was waiting on that message.
And since he was so persistent, I finally invited him to follow me on Instagram, which is something that I used every single day. So if he wanted to communicate with me more.
And she still does.
I was like, oh, follow me on Instagram and maybe outside of your DMs there.
Maybe. Keyword is maybe.
I knew that he liked basketball because he had mentioned that, and I think it was in his Bumble profile. A few days later, I slid into your Instagram DMs.
That was weird.
No, I slid into your Instagram DMs first.
I did not delete my messages, but
we have the messages. I'll go ahead and pull them up and they'll be right there. I slid into his DMs first and I used a basketball gif.
You did? Oh yeah, you did.
Because I knew that he liked basketball and I was like, I've been blowing him off enough and maybe I'll go ahead and shoot my shot. We started communicating on Instagram every day. I was replying constantly to him. I was doing so good. I was still going out 4 to 5 days a week. Me and my friends were drinking and living our best lives. And then
I was humble and practicing on basketball.
You were going out too.
No, I was not.
Yes.
Not as much as you were. I stopped going out a lot. You know.
But you and Brian were about to go to the same club that I was at, which is how we were gonna meet the very first time.
There you go. And you know what? I I didn't. I was humble and I was working on myself.
I finally, after a couple weeks, gave him my phone number. And then we started texting. I'm a horrible texter, by the way.
Still is.
He convinced me to FaceTime him. And I was completely against FaceTime. But I told him that I would not meet him unless we FaceTime. So he made me FaceTime him just because I didn't want, you know, it to be like a catfish situation. I'm skipping.
I finally got her number and I want to FaceTime from the jump. I love FaceTime. It's interaction. I see your face, see your beautiful face. Who do not want to have FaceTime with her? But she said no, and I respect it because I'm a kid. So I respect it, but I said, can I at least talk on the phone? Because if we're gonna text back and forth, I'm not. I'd rather be on the phone with you, at least. So we on the phone. I still remember our first time on the phone, we talked on the phone for 3 hours. And we talked about different things, knowing each other, what we did, high school, all that. And then we called each other the next day, and the next day, to the point where we talked on the phone for like 5 days straight. Yep, and then you went out, and then I was staying home being humble, reading my Bible.
We talked every day. I think the second week is when he started asking me, like, oh, do you want to hang out? Do you want to hang out? And then I started saying, like, no, I don't like meeting people offline. I've never done this before. Oh, you don't even know me. I could be a catfish.
She ruined her blessing. She almost ruined her blessing.
He asked me every day, like,
I just want to take you out.
For like 2 to 3 days in a row, he asked me, and then I was like, well, we haven't even FaceTime yet. Like, you don't know if I'm a catfish or not.
I saved money for it.
And then he called me on FaceTime.
Because I thought she was a catfish, because she kept on saying no.
And I answered.
Finally.
And we saw each other.
It was beautiful.
Trying to get comfortable with each other, as comfortable as you can get over the phone.
I was comfortable if I finally saw her. She made my day. So easy.
Shut up! Oh, he's so corny. I finally agreed to meet him.
Finally.
But this is the kicker, y'all. I was like, oh, so is this a date? He's like, no, we'll decide that in person. So I couldn't have been that cute.
But I was paying, but I told you, I'm taking out for dinner. I'm paying. I'm giving you a free dinner. Like, I just want to spend time with you, that's it. Like,
he wasn't sure that it was a date or not.
Well, you kept ignoring me.
Finally, our first date. And this is, what day, babe?
November 9th.
It's November 3rd.
Good, you remembered. All right, I thought you were going to forget.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah, trust me, babe. I knew it was November 3rd. It was the best first date I ever had.
The night of November 3rd, I broke all of my parents' rules and I drove to his house because he lived 45 minutes away from me.
Here's the thing. I told her I'll come and pick her up, as a man should. But she said no. Three times.
He had a basketball game that day. That was the first reason. The second reason, I didn't want him to know where I lived. And the third reason is if he was creepy, I could just get in my car and leave and never talk to him again. So those were my 3 reasons on why I drove to his house. And my parents had my location. And as soon as I saw him, I took a picture of him and sent it to my parents.
Yeah,
go for it.
I also said I'll meet you at your parents, and didn't have to meet them, but just know that I just picked you up and I didn't know where you lived. So don't get me wrong, I tried everything so she wouldn't have to waste her gas to a 45-minute drive to my house.
I had no problem driving 45 minutes because I felt like I could keep myself safer by driving to him.
That's fine.
So I drove to him, and my parents were on the phone. My dad was freaking out, talking about, you don't know this man. He's a complete stranger.
Yep.
And he's literally at my car hearing my dad say all of this. My dad is just going off on me. So I'm like, bye dad, I gotta go. And I hang up in his face while he's going off. My dad starts texting me, saying send his first name, his last name, the address, take a picture of him. If you could get his driver's license, send me a picture of his driver's license.
All this information I'm giving out though, man. I don't know if you were creepy. Your dad sent off with this information.
But I didn't send your driver's license.
I was gonna give it to you anyway.
I get out the car and I'm wearing this black lace top with some blue jeans. My favorite jeans that make my butt look huge. I was wearing some black strappy heels. My outfit was super duper cute. And when I got out the car, he looked at me, he's like, oh, can I have a hug? And I was like, sure, trying to be like all cute and flirty. And then after the hug, he's like, can you spin for me? And then he starts hyping me up right away. And then he asked me to spin for him again. And then he's like, yeah, this is definitely a date.
It is, even though it's like I tried to get a haircut that morning, but my barber was unavailable.
He had on a hat. I didn't even know he didn't have a haircut.
Look at the picture if you've seen our first date picture.
I'll send you the picture that I sent my parents actually of him. So
I looked rough and I was really disappointed in myself.
Go ahead. Tell them about our first date after we get in the car and you let me know that this is definitely a date.
I drove and we went to Chili's. Oh, we just had dinner. We had a good dinner and everything.
Great conversation.
Great conversation. She paid for nothing because a man, I believe a man should pay for everything the first date.
While we were at dinner, he asked me if I had ever been to Haysbridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I said, no, I had not. And he's like, oh, well, it's not far from here. I can take you afterwards.
Huh. Yeah, so I took her to Haysbridge.
So to actually get to the bridge, you have to walk upstairs. So the bridge is a 1/4 mile long and we're walking across the bridge. When we get to the edge of the bridge and we're just like looking at the skyline of the city, all of a sudden fireworks start.
It was not planned. I did not know they were going to pop fireworks during downtown during the time. So this is an awesome moment for like, especially for me, because it was perfect. We do have pictures of that as well. And then I took it was after the fireworks, but I believe it's one of my favorite pictures I took of Crystal. And again, I just knew that moment that she was just different. Well, I knew she was different when we were first on the phone, but it was like that moment I was like, I think I need to continue on getting to know her and everything. Like, she'll show you the picture right here. Over here. So I took her to one of my favorite bars that my friends, we go all the time, called Bar 1919. It's an exclusive bar. It's not like your regular bar. It's the one.
Look, let me explain the bar to you. If you are looking for a sugar daddy, that is the bar to go to.
I'm not a sugar daddy.
He is.
Anyways, I really don't take a lot of people to this bar. And
you took somebody else?
Took my mother.
Oh, okay. The bartender, and he like customized this drink to my current mood. And he paid a lot of money for that one drink. And that one drink almost knocked me off my whole ass. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse.
Oh yeah, youth pastor here. Have a fiance.
The drink was really good. We had a really good time. We didn't stay very long.
No, cause
we were gonna end the night there, but we were having such a good time. My cousin was out with her fiance, my cousin Brandy. We just met up with them and I drank so much. I made the first move again and kissed him.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I was planning on going to kiss you and ask for that at the end of the night, but she took that away from me, so.
Do you remember what happened when we were on our way back? Someone was driving the wrong way and he saved my life by swerving out of the way. In the moment, I knew that that was pretty much the best date I ever had. Because he saved my life.
That was the best first date I ever had. Because I was patient and worked on self. And look what God could do for you. Look at that.
Okay, my dad calls him GB for a reason. GB stands for God boy.
I wish it was God man, but hey.
That was our first date story. and how we met.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to get notified of every video Crystal posts. And make sure you share with your family and friends.
Thank you, baby.
Oh, you're so welcome.
And we do make mini videos on my Instagram, so follow me on social media. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back on Sunday.
Peace out.
Have a good week, y'all.